This video is made for an adult audience. Hey brick fans, welcome back to the Brick Bakery, where all our jokes I have baked. I'm Jacob and today it's time to continue work with some interiors in my Lego city. Last week I finished the interior of my Lego City police station and it seems you folks liked it quite a lot. I did have some suggestions for some changes. For instance, adding a tile with a print that indicated that this was a police station on the outside of the building, and I think that's a great idea. I will do that, if not today, then in the near future. But today I think I'm gonna work with the interior of the BIT computer store, which is in my Lego City, Bakersville. So let's head over to Bakersville and I'll show you about this project. As usual, I'm very happy to welcome you all to Bakersville. This right here is my wonderful city and I'm really enjoying working on it. Last time I worked on this right here and I actually managed to find a fitting tile. So let's start with that today. As you can see, I have placed this tile here until now, and that's because I thought of this as a harbor police station, but I will grant you that this doesn't make it very clear what type of building this is. Rather, I found this, which is a bit more what we're looking for. This is a highway patrol sign, which of course isn't 100% perfect, but it is better than this one, I think, to actually indicate that this is a police station. So I'll put this on instead of this one. There we go, that is the tile changed. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, so thank you for that suggestion. I'd love to have any other suggestions you folks might have about changes for the police station if you want. But let's turn our attention to the next project. Today's project is going to be all about this right here, the interior of the Brick IT store, which is a computer store in my Lego City. And of course the interior won't be too visible once I'm done, as there's only one glass door, but that's okay. The sense of completion is great when you do these interiors. So the first thing I need to do is to figure out how much space I got behind this front. By my counting, there is 12 studs in depth in here. There's actually a little more over in this side, the right side over here. There's actually a 2x2 area that's a little deeper, which actually goes 14 studs deep. And the front itself is 10 studs wide, so that's what I've got to work with for this interior. So let's head over to the build table and get started on this project. And this is the storefront to the BIT store. I really like this. This was fun to make and not too easy actually, which can also be seen here on the back, where I seem to have cut some corners in using the right bricks and plates. Now I will be on the lookout for the right bricks and plates to actually even this out, or I will be adding an interior wall to just cover these uglinesses up. Yeah, so that's the first step for this, and then I'll be making a plate here for the interior to be on. I need to remember that the interior should have a wall as well, so the 10 studs will become 8 studs in width, and the 12 studs in depth will become 11 studs in depth. So there's a little less space to do with than would seem from it just looking at this. So yeah, let's get to it. Here we go. I have replaced these two bricks with the appropriate plates and bricks. I actually had to do a little remodeling right here because I didn't have an additional 1x1, but with a little work I can actually make it all fit with a couple of 1x4s and a couple of 1x3s. No, one 1x3 and one 1x2 plate. So that all turned out great in the end. Yeah, this is looking pretty good at this point. So now I'll be adding the floor in here. I have to remember that this is actually the first stud of the 12. So I have to go 1 and then 11 in depth from here. I've added in a floor, a base plate, and you can see that I've gone against my own advice from last time, and I've actually made a solid plate underneath the floor plating right here. And that's because I wanted something stable to work with, which could also hold this, because this has had a tendency to sort of fall over whenever I touched it. So yeah, having this like this makes everything a lot more stable, and it's very nice to work with. So what I want to do is I want to add a computer store interior. So this has got to be filled with computers, a small desk for the proprietor of the place, maybe some posters and stuff on the wall, and of course, you know, all kinds of small computer related knickknacks. Now that could be all kinds of stuff. I'll come up with some of it while we are on the go. Moreover, I would like to try to add a pattern for the walls in here, just to make something that's interesting. And I have a lot of sloped pieces, both inverted sloped pieces and normal regular sloped pieces. So I thought maybe I could do something with making something that, you know, has an angle as a pattern. That would be interesting. So yeah, that's something I will be working on here. But first, I think I should work on the interior itself, trying to make some of all these small computers and such. Alright, I've made this kind of futuristic desk with a computer on it and a small lamp, which also has this, I don't know, at least sort of postmodern look. It's sort of deconstructing what a lamp is. But that's fine by me. I like that kind of stuff. So this is a small desk for the guy who works in there and repairs computers. And as you can see, he's already got the blue screen of error. So that's a great start. So yeah, I think that's going to be in here, right here at the back. I have briefly thought about including this, my arcade machine, but I simply think it'll take up too much space for what I have been thinking. If I were making this an arcade, that would probably fit very well, because then I could have, you know, 2 on this side, 1 down here, and 2 more over here. But then I would have to come up with 4 different designs for arcade machines. I'm not sure I have that in me. Anyway, yeah, now I'm getting an idea actually. Now I sort of want to create more of these and have them in here and make this an arcade instead. Maybe that's more fun than a computer store, but then I don't know what BIT actually stands for. Interesting. I'll have to mull this over a bit. I've added a couple of cupboards over here, and I've also started tiling the floor in white. Now I like the interiors to be light if possible, because then you actually have a chance to see just some of it from the outside, even if it's just the floor that you're seeing. I want to add something over here as well, which has the same width as this, maybe just a bookcase filled with different kinds of knickknacks for your computer needs. So yeah, that's what I'll be working on now. And I also want to add, I think, some built-in shelving in the back wall here, and maybe even in the walls above this, but I'm not quite sure about that because I still have to think about that pattern I'm thinking about making. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. For now, I'll be adding a bookcase right here with computer stuff. I have been freestyling just a little bit with the table here. I didn't make a set of bookshelves. I just made a table that has a couple of keyboards and some boxes of something computer related. I'm thinking headphones or something like that. And there's also some boxes beneath this which are of different sizes. Now I'm thinking I should actually take these boxes down here away again and only have them be 1 or 2 plates tall instead of one full brick, because then there would be a little more space between the actual table and the boxes, and I think that will look better. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Okay, so I have encountered a math problem here. I wanted this stripe to go this way, and it seems it's not straightforward to get these bricks flush against each other. I'm probably going to have to look something up somewhere to actually figure this one out, because this goes beyond my abilities. I don't know if... Can you add... No, I have no idea. If anybody got any ideas on how to do this, please let me know in the comments below, because I'm not sure I can actually get on with this in any sensible way for now. I'm pretty sure I'll have to do the side walls and then just leave this be until I can actually look up how to do this interior in the right way, because I really want this stripe, because I think that looks kind of cool. I'll try to see if I can find something within a meaningful time frame, but I think I'll just have to move on to other parts of the interior. So just look this up on the internet. It seems that this I'm trying to do here is not possible at all. There will always be a small gap. Further, there needs to be a plate for every brick that's being placed. So yeah, the question is, do I have enough 1x3 orange bricks to actually make that, or what? That's the question. So I'll look into that and we'll see how far it gets. Okay, so I didn't have any orange 1x3s, so I did it with blacks instead. And what you can see is there's a little gap in between each of them. Apparently it's not possible to get it completely flush, but that's not a problem for me at this point. There are apparently some solutions which involves adding tiles in between, and then you have to do something else and use some other bricks, I'm pretty sure. So this is a solution. It's probably not necessarily the best solution, but as I said, this is going to be inside. It's an interior that I'm probably never going to see again until I take everything down for some reason. So that's not a problem for me. I think this is all right. Now I only got one problem, and that is apparently I need one more of these in black, and I don't seem to have one. So I need to start searching somewhere else to see if I can find one, and fingers crossed. Haha, success! I have a big box of random bricks which haven't been sorted, and I actually managed to find one more of these. So that is great. I can actually do the last little part of this at this point, so that's just great. Now I just need to do the rest of the wall over here, and the back wall should be finished. There we go, that's the pattern right there. I like it, I like it, I like it. There is a small finishing detail up here that may look a little weird, but don't worry, that'll disappear once I put in a wall over here on this side that'll cover up this, and I'll tie everything together with some plates on top, so it'll be just perfect. And I've also found a proprietor of this little shop. He's got a little jersey with an H on it, and I think that stands for hardware. This guy is a hardware nerd. He loves hardware. So he's going to be the proprietor of this shop indeed. Right over here. He's going to be standing taking care of the computer and such. So yeah, that's a small minifigure found. I think I need to add some jumper plates in here so I can actually add more minifigures in here, and yeah, so there can actually be some life in here. So yeah, that's the next step, trying to finish this off right here and adding some more tiles and some jumpers to add more minifigures. So there's a couple of fellas in here now looking for computer and computer parts. Yeah, Baron von Baron, I believe he's called, and some guy from Star Wars. Don't know in particular who that is, but they're doing great finding stuff in there. And I've added some shelves up here, which I'd like to have some stuff on, just to add a little more detail in here. Yeah, and maybe add a stripe of orange bricks up here just to have some color variation. But other than that, I think this is just about done. That is my rendition of an interior of an IT or computer store. I think this turned out pretty well. I like the contrast between the white interior down here and the black walls. A lot of great stuff going on up here on the shelves. Some aerosol cans, probably with compressed air to clean out the keyboard and such. And some packs of different kinds of stuff for your computer needs, which is the same over here. And of course the shelves with the computers down here and more computer accessories down here. And of course a couple of customers, the desk right here in the back. And this wonderful stripe here on the back as well, which I really think looks very, very well. So yeah, now we can just add in this little front here and we are ready to put this back into the city. Right, here we are back in the city. And the problem I have now is getting this back in the spot where it was originally. I would like not to move this, but I'm not sure I can actually do it without moving it. So yeah, I think I'll move these two just to be safe, and then I'll put this back in. Okay, I think I could do it now. Just need to adjust this a bit because these are not connected beyond this. So yeah, sliding, sliding, sliding. Now it's going to be exciting. Rhyming. All right. Okay. So there is the problem that this wire is actually it's a little thicker than I thought. I'm gonna have to remove a couple of bricks over here, back to putting this in here. Now we've got plenty of leeway with the wires and everything. And sliding, sliding, sliding. This should be the spot, if I'm not mistaken. Now, just to press it down, I think it's there. Now, if I want to add lights, I'm gonna have to do something like that. I'm removing a small plate, so I can actually just push some of these in here. I have no idea how this will look from the outside, but I do have to push some light in here in some way or another if I want to be able to see anything at all. That's the BIT store back in place, and I've also added the lights, turned them on, and you can see something in there which is good. Now, some real light bricks at some point would probably help a lot, but that's going to be a far future project, that's for sure. But it looks good where it is right now, the BIT store, and always very satisfying to get done with something like this. Now I just need to put in the last square of buildings in my city, and then everything should be back in place the way it looked before I started. Whoops, of course something fell off. It usually does, but that's all right. I can manage. Yep, everything is back in place. The city isn't completely, fully back together yet, because this right here, this little sidewalk pedestrian area that I've added to the end of the city fell off once again when I was taking everything out of the city to actually start the interior. So there is some rebuilding to be done before the city is back to normal. Yeah, but I think that's enough of that. I'll go back to me and I'll say thank you for watching. Today I added another interior in my Lego city, and even though the city doesn't look any different from the outside, the sense of completion is great. I like doing these interiors, and I like it a lot more than I actually thought earlier on, because, you know, exactly because you can't really see them. I've talked about that extensively already, so I won't go into that too much. Now, what I will say is, if you have any kinds of suggestions or ideas or something you would like to see in my city, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to hear all about it. But that is all for me today. I hope you'll comment, like, and subscribe, and hope I'll see you folks next Monday.